Hey guys, it's the weekend. Hope you're good. Hope the weekend has begun well. That we get some rest. Rest is good for the body, for the soul, and for the mind. So today I just want to talk about something that I put out some time ago, about a book that I had written from my heart, on rejection. I wanted to release it in March, if I'm not wrong. I think it was March, but I held back on it. Didn't feel like the right time, got some advice on, just a few things here and there, and, just held back on it, and, just kept it, just to pray on it, and, decide when the right time would be, and now is the right time. So I have released it. It's an ebook as well, and it's on the Seller platform, as well as, on the same platform that the Confidence Comeback Daily Journal is on. So go right ahead and just speak it out. And I will speak a little bit on it, on where it stemmed from, why I wrote the book, and, just I just want to help, people who've faced rejection. So we all know what rejection is. I don't need to go into the dictionary to explain it, but there are different forms of rejection. There's workplace rejection, there's rejection from friends, there's rejection from lovers, there's all sorts of rejection. Even your kids can reject you, and it hurts. Rejection hurts. It hurts a good one. But I think most of us, if not all of us, have had the saying, rejection is redirection, or rejection is protection. A lot of things are usually said, and some of these phrases are said at times when you don't want to hear them, because like I said, the book when I wrote the book, it stemmed from my experiences. And I think we probably all have faced rejection, even as children, when kids maybe may make fun of us, or you're not included in a friend group. That's rejection, yeah? But as an adult, it stings all through, at all stages of life. But as an adult, it just stings. It stings a lot, yeah. And so I faced it, and I wrote it because I want to help somebody else be able to overcome it, just like I have. You all know. I think anyone who's been watching my videos, and if you haven't, you can as well go back and see them, or watch them on YouTube. You all know I have been through a valley for the last 2 years and all that stuff. But this valley has taught me so much, and coming out of it has put me in that place where I'm like, I can help someone else. Just get out of it and not stay there too long, just like the children of Israel, were going around in the desert for 40 years. It delayed, a journey that should have taken them a couple of days, took them 40 years because of all the things that they did. They grumbled, they wanted to go back to Egypt. And, God was just looking at these guys, they were his children. These guys, and just, saying, guys, Bana, this would have taken such a short time, but you decided to grumble and had the mentality of wanting to go back to Egypt. So y'all are going to stay here for some time. Now, so what I'm saying is, I don't want anyone to stay longer than they should in one place when you have somebody who's gone through it and overcome it and can help you out. So one verse that comes to mind when thinking about rejection is Psalm 118, verse 22, and I'll read it. The stone the builders rejected has become the capstone. In verse 23, the Lord has done this, and it is marvelous in our eyes. So he's talking about Christ. He's talking about Christ, that he was the stone that the builders rejected, yeah? And this stone that the builders rejected became the capstone. Other versions say it became the cornerstone. Now, my dad built a house. When we were growing up, my dad built a house, and we used to go to the site a lot of times, my siblings and I, and we would go, just see when the foundation was being done, and then, when the layers were coming up, and then he'd send us, our parents would send us, during the holidays to go water the walls. The walls need watering or else they'll crack. I think at that time, if anyone would have asked me how to build a house, I would have given them step by step. I was a mason in my own right. So, the cornerstone is the stone that is put at the corner. and it is of the foundation, and the first stone, and every other stone now is built, around that. Like it's the one that gives direction to the building, quote unquote, direction to the building to how the house will be built. So Christ was rejected, but little did the people who rejected him know that he would be the cornerstone, he would be the focal point. So for us, rejection, that's those statements. Rejection is redirection, rejection is God's protection. They are true because though you may be rejected by people that you love, or just, people at work, or your friends, or whatever, God is protecting you, and he's setting you up for a greater thing. Just the same way Christ was rejected, but he was being set up for something greater. It's the same for all of us. And for me, of course, there were times where, some rejection came from different quarters in this period. Weird enough, it came from people that I loved and held dearly to me. And that one really, really stung, because I was just like, whoa, man, I loved you with all of my heart. I gave the best of me, and then you're rejecting me. And, at work, the funny thing is all the rejection that I faced in this 2-year period, it's like they all came together, and I'm just like, gosh, God, like really. But I faced rejection in different areas, and it was painful. It was really painful in those times. But like I've said before, me sitting with myself, being honest with myself, and just being isolated and thinking through things, and speaking to God and having him, just refine me from inside out and prune me, I was able to see that, yeah, God was actually protecting me, and He was protecting me, especially with the relationships that happened, and then He was redirecting me, and that one I can place it for, in terms of work. I was rejected in the workplace as well. Story for another day. Very long stories, and these looking back, God really did protect me, because now from that, after I accepted it, because I had to accept it, and now just grieve, and then now heal, I look back and I'm just like, okay, I see why I had to go through this rejection, because I've just been wandering around the desert like the Israelites. I see how you protected me. So this is just going out to you guys who may be feeling like, man, these guys have rejected me. It really is protection, and it really is God's protection and redirection. So let's just embrace it and get the book, and let's talk about it more. God bless you.